Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, April 13th, 2012. Let's jump right into these charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that they are trading lower by about 6.25 points. So futures are trading down a little bit, but they are off the lows of the session. A couple of things to realize here with the futures. There looks like there's some problems in Italy and Spain. Looks like Spanish credit default swaps are spiking to the highest level readings in several months, and this is definitely problematic. As I've been saying, the problems in Spain and Italy and the rest of the Eurozone are going to come back to haunt us. So again, we'll have to watch for that. We'll see if the markets can hold up today. But in any case, they had a big rally yesterday. Normally the next day is more of a flattish or subdued type day. Sometimes you'll get even a little retrace. But the markets have had a 2-day surge going into Wednesday and Thursday. Today is Friday. We'll see how the markets pan out. Normally the volume will get light after the first couple of hours. But the Spanish credit default swaps are definitely problematic, and we'll see how this market plays out. A couple of other things to go over real quickly. Last night, China reported their gross domestic product, their GDP report. It came in at 8.1%. Last quarter, I believe, was 8.9%. So this is a big decline, but China is also thinking about loosening their monetary policy, which means cutting rates. I have a hard time believing that simply because the inflation in China is starting to get out of control, and that's the reason why they've had to raise rates in the first place. So if they cut rates, inflation will spiral out, and again, they're caught between a rock and a hard place, in my opinion. So I would not bank on the Chinese cutting rates anytime soon, but maybe down the road, latter part of the year, they would do so. But I can't see them doing it, not this year, with at least not right now, with the high inflation that they're facing. So we'll see how that all plays out. But in any case, watch the U.S. dollar index today. That will tell you everything you need to know. Dollar is up 23 cents. After yesterday's big plunge, dollar moves up, markets move down. That's really the way it works out here. You don't have to look at too much. The only way to get the stock and commodity markets up is to crush the dollar. If the dollar gets a bit higher, stock and commodity markets usually fall and deflate. That's what the market's all about. We don't really trade stocks anymore. We trade inflation and deflation controlled by the central banks. Alrighty, let's talk about a few other things out there. Let's look at oil today. You have oil trading down about 39 cents. Take a look at the USO this morning. USO is trading at 39.28, down a little bit this morning from the 39.44 close. Just realize oil is down. Why? Because the dollar is up. The dollar is stronger. When the dollar is stronger, crude and commodity prices move lower. Gold today, take a look at gold. Spot gold is down 9 points to $1,672 an ounce. Gold is down again because the dollar is up. So it's all about the dollar. Take a look at the GLD here. You'll see GLD sitting right at 162.59 and basically closed at 162.70 yesterday. So just down a little bit. But if the dollar starts to fade, gold should catch a bid, oil will catch a bid, and the stock markets will inflate. That's how it works. Okay, so that's what you got to watch for going forward. Right now, the markets are still down a little bit more. We're going to have the CPI report come out in about 3 more minutes. We'll check on that in a little bit. But let's take a look at some stocks out there this morning. JP Morgan, the biggest most important financial stock in the world. The stock is trading lower a little bit today. Closed at 44.84, trading at 44.52. I can't make a whole lot out of it. This is the most loved financial. Also, it will always catch a bid as it trades inverse to the dollar generally. So keep an eye on that. But JPM trading down just a little bit after reporting earnings. Again, a big part of their earnings is trading. And if you want to know who's been pumping the stock market up, it's the big banks. That's who's been pumping it up. So there you have it. Let's take a look at Wells Fargo. Also reported earnings today. Very, very similar. Wells Fargo is trading down just a little bit. Looks like Wells closed at 34.02. Trading at 33.45. Nothing horrible here, just a little bit of a pullback into earnings. Let's take a look here at Coinstar. This is a big winner today. CSTR, they have that red box videos. They do online streaming similar to Netflix. They also have that coin machine where you can put your change in there and you'll get back a voucher, and they'll take a percentage of your money. This stock is trading up decently today to around the 69.04 level. I'm not sure how much more upside it has in it, but the gap is decent. The gap up today is decent strength, so I wouldn't really mess with it. You'll have a little bit of resistance, I guess around 70, but not much there. Could go a little bit higher today, so don't rule that out, especially if the U.S. markets hold up. If the U.S. markets don't hold up, I really wouldn't expect that much more upside in the stock, but it's not a stock I'm looking to get in front of on the short side just yet. I'd like to see how it plays out. So be a little bit careful with Coinstar today. Let's talk about Google today. Google also had earnings. Stock is trading at 654. Now there's a lot going on in Google. Read about it, but they're issuing new shares as a dividend. They're non-voting shares as a way for the company to maintain control. Again, read about it, read into it. I'm not going to make too much out of it. Right now, the stock is trading at 654 a share. It's holding up well. I think it's kind of a weak gap, but you're not seeing all that much of a reaction in the stock from yesterday's close, which was around 651. So I don't think there's all that much here for Google today. Again, the company's saying they're not going to do any evil. It's just crazy. But either way, I just don't see all that much action in Google today. If the markets are lower, maybe the stock fades, but there's nothing really standing out to me as a great level for Google at this point. Let's take a look at Infi. This is Infosys, leading Indian ADR. This stock is getting hammered this morning. Closed yesterday at $56.77. Today it's trading at $49. There's going to be a little bit of support. I'm going to say right around, somewhere around here, around this area. But ultimately, I think the stock is in some trouble today. You want to be real careful with this one. If it fails to hold the $49 level, and I think it's going to, it probably wants to go down to 46 bucks. There will be support around 46. So, just realize, but it is a strong gap down. So it probably most likely, in my opinion, trades down to the 46 level. India got hammered last night. I believe the Indian market was down pretty sizably last night. Let me just make sure as I go back and check here. Yeah, it looks like India was down 1.37%. It's not a huge decline, so all the Indian ADRs could be weak today. I'd be careful on this one, but looks like INFY, which is Infosys, could trade down to the 46 level. If it gets there, you might be in for an intraday bounce, but that's all you want to do with this is just play the intraday bounce if it gets there. But it has pretty good support around the $46 level should it get down there. That'd be the only level that I would be attracted to play for an intraday bounce. Okay, we're going to have the CPI out in just a second here, or it is out. Let's go back to the futures. CPI for March is up 0.3%. Okay, March CPI up 0.3%. Again, I could care less about the news. I just care about how the market reacts. And right now, market's pulling back a little bit on the futures, but you'll see that we're sitting right here on this moving average. And with this pivot, we have not taken that level out yet. So if we take out that level, we could go down a little bit lower. But right now, that has not happened. Still sitting here at 1378 and a quarter. But the CPI is out, and the market's just coming down just a touch. Nothing horrible. But overall, futures are down about 7.5 to 8 points. They're chopping around. And we'll just leave it there, and we'll see where it goes. But get ready. We'll see how this market trades. It is a Friday. Normally, the volume will become very light after the first couple of hours, and that usually helps the market stabilize itself, and it actually helps the market sometimes float higher. So we'll see if that is in play. But the wild card is Spanish, European bond yields. Also, those credit default swaps in Spain are just flying off the charts to the upside, which is always, always, always a dangerous occurrence. Okay, with that said, everybody, have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here, pre-market news and views on Monday. Take care.